So the fifth topic, because I grouped honorable members' concerns, was on the capital gains tax. It is high, and that the indexation has been removed. So I'll highlight in detail the capital gains tax matters. We are also coming up with a government amendment. Several honorable members have spoken about it. The logic of the budgetary proposal on capital gains, sir, is one, that it has to be standardized, simplify, and also treat equally all asset classes. So that it is easy for computation, for filing, for record keeping, and also all asset class be treated equally. Now the current amendment that we are bringing is for land and building assets acquired by individuals and HUFs before 23rd July 2024. It stipulates that in the case of transfer of long-term capital asset, being land or building or both, by an individual or HUF, which is acquired before 23rd July 2024, the taxpayer can compute his taxes under the new scheme, which is 12.5% without indexation, and the old scheme, 20% with indexation, and pay such tax which is the lower of the two. Not only we are coming up with an option, we are also saying calculate under both and tell us whichever is the lower, you pay tax on that. So we have given an option, sir. This ensures that no one faces additional tax burden due to this change. In fact, post the presentation of the budget, the amendment now with which we've come in gives an option, gives a fair option, and gives the choice to the property holder who is going to be selling it. The current amendment actually, sir, before that, there were a number of hypothetical cases which were being raised in the public discourse and suggested that the proposed changes will actually lead to higher taxes. A lot of hypothetical instances were posed before us. The current amendment, I'd like to repeat this, the current amendment ensures that even in such hypothetical cases, there will be no additional tax burden as a result of the current amendment which I have brought in. No additional tax burden on anybody, whichever the hypothetical case that you may work out on. Sir, also, yes, after the amendment, yes. We hear the public. This is a practice Honorable Prime Minister Modi has brought in the budget making process. Every time, yes, aap sun lijiye bhai, please sun lijiye. Every time after bringing the budget, very well. Prime Minister also represents the people. We all represent the people. Every time sir, very happy to know the opposition wants to own it up now. Prime Minister Modi, I have done this from 2019 myself. Every time we present a budget here, during the recess, when the standing committees are working on the proposals department-wise, I have gone around the country to various destinations. Oh yes, no owing on that. No owing on that. You cannot match it. You cannot match it. I have gone around the country with the budget, met up with professionals, taxpayers, consultants, industry, traders, taken their viewpoint, come here and brought in government amendments so that budget will be representative of the common people's aspirations. We've done that. Sir, for all the heckling and hooting, I like to say, once when I came up with a lot of amendments, I don't want to name some honorable members who are seated here. They asked me, you only presented the budget, now you want so many amendments? I said yes, because I've heard the people who want some things changed. We have the courage of conviction to change it. We brought it in. No point heckling. the current amendments ensure that even for such hypothetical cases, there will be no additional tax burden as a result of this proposal. Sir, let me now remind one thing, which even Honorable N.K. Premchandran ji, who I respect for the details with which he comes on every amendment. I respect him for it. He goes through it, he very consciously picks up certain things and questions, which is a very, very strong way to put forward a case, and I'm willing to hear it all. But even Sri N.K. Premchandran, I'm sorry, I'm picking him up not to criticize him, but to respectfully submit to him that the capital gains proposals that we brought in, now getting amended with the approval of this House, also had rollover provisions, meaning somebody had a property, they bought it at some price, later on they sell it, the capital gains that they get, if they only invest it in another property, another one property or two properties, still up to 10 crores, they stand to benefit because there's no tax on it. That rollover provision was there from day one when I submitted this budget on July 23rd. Even now it is there. It continues even now. Middle class has been in our mind even then. It is now even in our mind even now, even after bringing this indexation provision. And yes, for all those who sit and ask me this question, I'll repeat. It was no revenue consideration for which we would remove the indexation provision. We wanted to bring in simplification. We wanted to treat all assets equal, all asset class equal, and therefore we brought it in. But if people are clear that indexation is what they want, we've now given that option as well. So there is no revenue consideration or greed for more money to earn from people who have invested in their house. It is only to simplify that we brought that in. So, sir, that is one rollover benefit about which less is spoken, but it is worthy to remind the middle class about which today a lot of us are being questioned, and I'm happy to answer this question. Rollover provision exists if the capital gains amount is invested in one or a second property as well. But if in case, no, that's not happening. We are saying you at least invest in those bonds or items which are notified under 54 EC of the Income Tax Act, and there 50 lakh rupees tak you can invest annually. Even that provision existed in July 23, 2024 budget. It exists even now, and it stands to benefit the middle class. I would like to highlight that, sir, and therefore, on the capital gains tax, discussions have been conveniently twisted and turned, but the aspect that the indexation that may be decided, we brought in here. So I'm happy to say that we have yielded to the voices which have been heard, and Prime Minister Modi has done this every year from 2019 onwards. I'm doing this every budget.